Hi there, JoAnneh Nagler here at Planet Granite. We're talking about power yoga today. So one of the things we do in power yoga that's different from a regular vinyasa class or a slow flow class is we do a lot of chaturangas, we do a lot of push-ups. So we need to modify the push-up so that we're not straining our shoulders. And one of the issues that I have personally as a teacher with a lot of vinyasa classes is that there's no particular instruction on how to do a safe push-up. So a lot of times we're hovering, and I won't even do it from the feet. We're hovering and then we're dumping into the shoulders and swaying up. So all the pressure goes into the shoulder tendon. So what we do in power is we do a simple drop to the floor. So what that looks like is I'm looking for the crease of the wrist to be under the shoulder, the feet to be wide, so I can literally push weight into the feet and distribute the weight. Not so much just in the arms, the wrists, and the palms, but pressing back so I'm relieving the wrists and using the biceps and the upper back. In the Anusara forms, oftentimes we're taught to melt the heart, which I've gone over with an expert physical therapist, and it's not so smart because we're taking out the strong points right here, which we need to do a strong push-up. So, in my power classes, what we do is we press the weight into the feet, we turn the biceps in, the crease of the wrist is under the shoulders, and we drop. We reset if we need to. The forearms are perpendicular. What I see in classes oftentimes is this, and when you come up, you're dumping into the shoulder tendons and into the outer elbows. Hurts the wrists as well. So if you find yourself in a class and your elbows are hurting you and your shoulders are hurting, that means your hands aren't far back enough. So I want the weight in the strong muscles. That's the biceps and the triceps. So, simple way for women, find your underwire line and drop your thumbs back. Your thumbs should sort of graze your ribs and they're about an inch below that line. Guys, it's the mid-rib line. Come on up for an up dog. I'm nice and powerful. I can even hover here if I choose to, bend in the elbows to get into the chest, or straighten the elbows, either way. For the push-up, flat back push-up, cock the toes, perpendicular forearms, strong in the biceps and triceps. 1, 2, 3, press up, hinge back. Step on up to the top of the mat, come on up. Now we're gonna do the drop back, right? So push up from the drop back. So here I am, look up and lengthen. Exhale, bow, bend the knees. I come almost partially into Ardha Utkatasana, right? Here's Ardha Utkatasana. I'm going to bring the fingertips back about 1/3 of the way of the line of my foot. Now notice that my hands aren't going to come all the way down. So I start on fingertips, step back, plant the hands so that as I step back, the crease of the wrist is right under the shoulders, turn the biceps in, biceps are activated and the upper back is activated. Drop to the floor, the elbows can stay in. The forearms are perpendicular, I've got a good strong press up and a kick back. Pedal the feet and I can move on. Now we're going to talk secondly about the other strong position in power yoga, which we use a ton, which is the high lunge. The high lunge is really important. All of our standing poses come from the high lunge. So, how do I get into a high lunge and make it safe? I like to use the fingertips. Now this is an acquired skill. It's not this. It's an octopus-like form. I'm turning the biceps and it gives me about 3 more inches. It forces me to put the weight on the balls of my feet. As I kick up, I bring the knee into the chest tight and I can plant the foot right where it goes in a nice high lunge. What I see a lot in classes is this. This is dumping into the hips and dumping into the knees. We want the fingertips back by the heels or even the hands on the floor or on a block so that the weight is in the strong muscle. That's the thigh. I don't want the weight in the knee. If I'm here, I'm hyperextending the hip and I'm putting too much weight in the knee. If I'm here, I can come up strong for a crescent pose. I can step up out of the thigh. I can bend my knee, shift back into the thigh, even balance here, walk the fingertips back to the heels, ease myself back, and find myself right back in the proper position. So let's try that in a vinyasa. Let's mess around with that a little bit. What's that look like when we're moving? Here we go, reach on up. Exhale, bow, devotional dive or swan dive. Fingertips to the earth, look up and lengthen. Exhale, bow. Bend the knees a lot, bring the hands back about a third the line of the feet. Step yourself back, flat palms. Press back into the plank pose, activate the upper back and the biceps. Drop to the floor. Check to make sure your forearms are perpendicular. Come on up, up dog. Kick back, down dog, use the hips. Up on fingertips, the weight is in the balls of the feet. Kick the right leg up, knee into the chest tight, kick on up. If your leg doesn't get there and you land about here, no big deal. Cheat your foot up, cheat your fingertips back till the shin is perpendicular and the weight is in the thigh. From here, plant the hands, keep the right leg up in the air, drop it down, come forward into a plank, press into the feet, drop to the floor, check your forearms, come on up, up dog, kick back, down dog. Fingertips, left leg up, knee into the chest, step up, set yourself up. If you like, come up into a crescent pose, drop some weight into the back leg. Strong in the front foot, front thigh. Notice that my fingertips are wide and my arms are reaching straight. Drop the fingertips down, plant the hands, kick the left leg up in the air, drop it down. Look between your hands, bend your knees a lot, stay low, exhale, skip lightly. Fingertips on the floor, look up and lengthen, exhale back, press on up, hands come through to the heart. One more time. So take one of three stances here. Toes together, heels apart, feet together, or feet a little wider than your hips. When we do this, we tend to do this in the push-up. We tend to shorten the stance, which takes power out of the pose. So if you're taking hips distance, take it a little wide, right? Edges of your hips are a little wider. I like the Chaturanga pose, toes together, heels apart, but mess around with it. Take whatever you like. Here we go. One more time. Reach on up. Exhale, bow. All five fingertips touch the earth. Look up and lengthen. Exhale, bow. Bend the knees a lot. Plant the hands back by the feet. Step back. Find a plank with the crease of the wrist underneath the shoulders. Drop down. Come on up, up dog. Hover if you like. Roll the feet. Kick back with the strength of the hips. Up on fingertips, the weights and the balls of the feet. Right leg up, knee into the chest. Step on up, high lunge. Watch the crescent pose. I'm pressing out of the foot and the thigh. Come on up strong with the arms parallel and the fingers wide. The fingers wide and the hands open tends to straighten the arms, which gives us more balance. Drop the fingertips down. Plant the hands. Kick the right leg up. Drop it down, pedal the feet. Other side. Come forward into a plank. Press the weight into the toes. Drop to the floor. Reset if you need to. Come on up. Hinge back. Press back down dog. Up on fingertips. Left leg up. Knee into the chest. Step up. Set it up. The pressing out of the foot and the thigh. Draw the arms up strong. Settle some weight into the back leg. From here, if you like, take a little back bend. Drop your gaze. Plant your hands. Kick your left leg up in the air. Drop it down. Up on fingertips if you like. If you're jump stepping on the fingertips, make sure you get low. You don't have to jump as hard. Look between your hands. Exhale, skip. Look up and lengthen. Exhale back. Press off the earth. Reach all the way up. Hands through to the heart. So why do we care about that form? Because in power yoga, we might be doing 25 vinyasas, 25 sets of chaturangas in the course of an hour, hour 15 class. So it's really important that we keep in our biceps and triceps, we use the strength of our feet, and we're in proper alignment in the high lunge, right? So we're in the biceps and the triceps and the thighs, not the joints. Thanks so much for joining me. This is Nagler Power Yoga. Have a great day.